Welcome to day 3 of Coaching at a Glance. Thank you guys for hanging with us, and I'm loving the questions that I'm getting in our group and just getting to know you better. And I can see that many of you are already super excited about getting started on our team. So let me tell you a little bit about how we grow our network and get to know people, because that is one of those common questions I get is people say, well, I don't have very many friends on Facebook, I don't get out much, or I'm stuck at work all day. So how in the world do you get to know people? I want you to know that you can just get rid of that fear, because I had that same fear in the beginning too. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so there are many days I don't leave the house. There are many days I don't even get out of my pajamas till 2 o'clock in the afternoon because things are just so crazy. And so when I first started as a coach, like I said in my story, we had moved from Japan back to the US. I was in a brand new town, so I didn't have very many friends, and so really no network at all, and a very small Facebook community. I wasn't very active on Facebook at the time, so that was something I was worried about too. But I want you to know that that is something that we are going to teach you how to do as you get going as a coach. And there are ways of getting to know people. And really what I love about it is I'm getting to meet people from all over the US, heck, even in other countries, that if it hadn't been from coaching, that I would have never known. I have grown some incredible friendships. So it's really a fun thing to be a part of. And I can't imagine, if I didn't have some of the people in my life that I have today, if it hadn't been for becoming a coach. So how exactly do we do this? Well, first of all, I started with just using my Facebook personal profile, and I was just sharing what was working for me, what I enjoyed doing, just who I was as a person, and using that as a way to encourage and inspire other people. So if I made a healthy recipe that was super easy for my family, I'd post about it. If I pushed play on my workout and maybe I struggled through it and it was a super tough workout, I would share what my struggles were and why I pushed play anyway. So that's really what we do as coaches, is we are sharing our journey along the way, the ups and the downs, making a message out of our mess. And through that, people are watching you. And I know sometimes you might think, okay, does anybody really care about my workout and what I have to say? In the beginning, I thought the same thing. Like I'd post something and get just, no likes or 2 or 3 likes and thought nobody's really watching. But over time and consistency, I realized that people were watching, even if I didn't think they were, and they were really encouraged by what I was sharing. And it's really a cool thing for people to come back to you and say, you know what, I've been following you for a few months and I decided to go on a jog today because I saw your post. So thank you for inspiring me. That's a really cool thing that you can give to somebody when you weren't even, expecting to. So that's one way, is just sharing your story through Facebook and people are watching you. And also, I am a part of many different Facebook groups, and I go in there and I interact and I make new friendships and connections in there. I'm not in there posting about Beachbody. I don't recommend doing that. Not to mention you'll probably get banned from those groups. I'm just in there interacting and getting to know people. If I have a question, maybe about the local area or where to find something, or maybe I'm in a mom support group and I have a question about, something to do with my kids, I can post about that in the group and people comment back and I get to know them and I get to interact with them. So that's a big way that I really first started getting to grow my network through Facebook. Also, you'll notice on Facebook it makes recommendations for you of people that you can add as a friend because maybe you have 5 or 10 mutual friends with somebody else. And so I will reach out to that person and just say, hey, I saw we were friends. We had several friends in common, and I just thought I'd reach out. I noticed that you have kids too, or you grew up in the same place I did. I find some way to connect and just get to know them. So this is really a relationship-based business, 100%. It's not about sales. It's about getting to know the person first. So it is something I consistently work at, is continually growing my list and getting to know new people. And, later on, I did develop a like page. It's not something that I did in the beginning. I didn't start a like page until I've been a coach for about a year. But that has been another way that I've been able to reach more people is through having a Facebook like page where I share a little bit more about fitness than I would on just my personal page, whereas my personal page is a little bit of fitness and some about my family as well. And everybody does it a little bit differently, and you just have to find what your groove is, what you feel comfortable with, and what works for you. All right, so I hope that helps. Don't worry, we'll go into more about how to get into Facebook groups and how to get to, where you're building relationships later on in our training. But I hope that that sets your mind at ease to know that it is possible to do and that we will be there to hold your hand and teach you how to do it.